The film begins with Tim, who is a game developer, meaning he creates games. He was having a serious meeting at his home. Suddenly, his internet goes out. When he can't work, he reminisces about the good time spent with his wife. He also recalls the time when his wife was pregnant and he had to take her to the hospital because she was in a lot of pain due to some complications. Then suddenly, Tim's wife returned home. Her unexpected arrival made Tim anxious. They both go downstairs and meet the building manager, who says that the building's repairs are almost complete and the covers placed on the building will soon be removed. A little while later, the building manager informs them that there has been a significant fire in the harbor area. They move on from there. Tim's wife shows him her old car, which has just returned from the shop, and they sit in the car and start eating pizza. His wife suggests, "Let's go to Paris, the place we've always wanted to visit. I've quit my job, and after that incident, we should start our life afresh." When there was a complication during the pregnancy, their child had passed away. Tim replies, "I can't leave my job. I want to go, but not right now." Then he receives a call from work and becomes busy. At night, they were both lying in bed but still awake, and his wife was crying. The next morning, Tim goes out and sees that his wife is ready with her belongings to leave. She says, "You will never change and I am leaving you." When she opens the door, she sees that strange bricks have blocked the way. She thinks Tim did it and asks him to remove them. Tim checks as well, but he doesn't understand either. Tim's wife checks the window, but the same bricks are there too, and it becomes clear that every window has been blocked by these bricks. His wife tries to break the bricks, and Tim helps as well. There was no noticeable effect. Tim's wife attempts to make a phone call, but there are absolutely no signals. Tim checks the Wi-Fi connection, but it is entirely non-functional. They search for signals throughout the area, but they are unable to locate any. They observe that when the phone is brought close to the bricks, something peculiar begins to occur to it. Tim's wife retrieves a drill machine and attempts to break the bricks with its assistance. Tim also lends a hand, but still, there is no advantage. Not even the slightest scratch appears on one. They try everywhere, but the same robust bricks are encircling the entire apartment. They were astonished, wondering how someone could block an entire building. Just then, they heard someone screaming from the adjacent room. They made a hole in the wall and saw a woman and a man on the other side. The man was tense. He said they had rented the room for just one night, but now they were trapped as well. Their room was completely blocked too. When asked if they were experiencing the same issue, the team and his wife replied that yes, they were also stuck in this predicament, which made the man even more anxious. The team's wife asked them if they had seen anything strange during the night. They replied that they had fallen asleep, but when they woke up, they didn't find the house in such a state. The woman was also anxious, and then the team's wife reassures her. The team notices that there's no water coming, so they both gather essential supplies for themselves. The team says it's all like a video game and they should find a way out of here. But the team's wife says it's not like your rubbish game. This is a real problem, and now they both have an argument about it. When the team's wife leaves, the team throws his phone against the wall in anger. While sitting, he notices something on the wall. Upon checking, he discovers that the chip from his broken phone. The brick has stuck to the wall. She realizes that this brick is working like a magnet Magna 30. The team apologizes for fighting and sticks his spoon to the wall, showing his wife that the wall has magnetic power. Both of you gather all the iron objects and attach them to the wall. The team's wife notices that the magnetic power is stronger in a square shape, that is, in a square. But then the iron objects start to move and fly towards them. The husband ducks down with his wife, but his wife noticed that the team got injured because some iron objects. She went in to see. His wife removes those things and bandages the team's wounds. A little while later, they hear a woman screaming from the adjacent room again. Both of them rush towards the sound and call out to the people, but there's no response. Therefore, they decide to enlarge the hole in the wall. They break through the wall and enter their room. The team has a bed, while his wife has pepper spray. They go inside the room and see the woman fallen near the bed. His wife helps her up and the team searches for the man. Suddenly, the man attacks the team, jumping on him and knocking him to the ground. Seeing this, the team's wife comes and sprays the man with pepper spray. He starts hitting him, but the woman steps in to save him. She explains that he didn't say anything to her. She fell on her own while breaking the ad. Maybe they both drank too much last night. He ties up the man's hands. Until his intoxication wears off, the woman starts telling them about herself. She says that they are husband and wife, and her husband's name is Marvin. The team checks the apartment and finds a storeroom. There, they find a large hammer, which the team uses to try and break the wall. Marvin gets up and says that the hammer will break, but don't do it. It won't be of any use. The team asks him why he attacked them. Marvin is surprised, and then his wife explains everything, saying that Marvin doesn't remember because he uses drugs. The team's wife, who is an architect, she suggests that we should go through the floors to reach the basement. She further explains that this building is from wartime, so there must have been a shelter built to protect from bombs. In other words, a refuge that would be connected to some subway system and we could escape through that railway route. So, they both start breaking the ground. Marvin says someone is playing a game with them and suspects that the building manager might be involved. Finally, they break through the floor and create a large hole and the team goes down. He starts calling out to his neighbor who was an old man. But the old man comes with a frown. He tells the team their leader insists that they go back upstairs because he doesn't want to share his food and essential supplies with anyone. Team's wife and everyone else try to explain and present their plan to him, but the old man refuses and tells them to find another way. Then the old man's granddaughter arrives. She suggests that if everyone works together, they can get out. After her suggestion, the old man agrees. Everyone goes downstairs. Team unties Marvin's hands and asks him to help break the ground. Suddenly, Team notices a device and upon opening it, finds a camera inside. He asks the old man if he installed the camera. The old man says that he explains the building manager had the team set it up. They move to another spot and find another device with a camera. Marvin says someone is playing a game with them, like Squid Game, trapping them and watching through human eyes. It's the building manager, the master of this game. His wife suggests they confront him and they head to the next flat. He lives there. They all break through the wall and enter his room, but they are shocked to find that the building manager is dead. Both his hands had been cut off and there was blood scattered around and his hands were missing from there. Marvin feels nauseous and goes to the washroom, followed by his wife. The wife of the day is also frightened, so the team calms her down, but she also leaves the room. The team checks the building manager's phone, which contains many pictures of this wall, and then everyone starts breaking the ground again. The team's wife shows him a news article which mentions the same shape, making him think that there must be a connection. Suddenly, the ground breaks with a loud noise, causing the team, Marvin, and his wife to fall. The team's wife comes down to support him, while Marvin and his wife steady themselves. The old man's granddaughter is ready to go down. The old man gives her a gun and tells her to go alone, saying he will stay, but she insists on taking him. When they reach below, a man with raised hands approaches. Introducing himself as Yuri, he says the person who lived in this flat was his friend and he was staying with him for a few days. He asks why they are breaking the ground. What is your plan? When he hears the plan, he starts laughing. He says that this wall of bricks is for their protection and that it is a tech system that guards against any attack. He asks if you have any evidence for this theory. Yuri doesn't have a specific answer, so he starts talking about bizarre theories. His wife asks where his friend is who used to live here. Yuri shows them his friend's corpse and says that he suddenly fell. Perhaps he had a heart attack and he was also researching these bricks. Everyone becomes sad and talks about whether everything outside has deteriorated. Should we go or not? Marvin, his wife, and Dim's wife say they will take the risk of going outside. Staying trapped in the house isn't right, so they all leave the room. The old man's granddaughter stays behind to check Yuri's friend's work, and Yuri says that his friend died worrying about this wall. The granddaughter also joins the others. Everyone breaks through the ground and descends in 20 minutes. There, they search for a tunnel and begin to break down the door, but they are surprised to find the same brick wall behind it. Marvin, in anger, strikes the wall with a hammer. He tries to stop it. In the chaos, someone points a gun at him. To calm the situation, Marvin says, Okay, everything's fine, but suddenly snatches the gun and shoots at the wall. The bullets stop near the wall and start vibrating. Prem shouts for everyone to duck, and they all do as the bullets fly over them. However, the old man doesn't duck in time and gets hit by a bullet. It passes through him quickly and he cries out for help. Marvin rushes to assist, but the old man's granddaughter starts shouting at him and the old man dies right there. Everyone is sitting in Yuri's friend's room. Marvin's, there's something in life that links us all. She mentions that as a child, she narrowly escaped death. The older man's granddaughter shares her mother died of cancer. Yuri admits he killed someone while in the police. The granddaughter points out everyone knows about Marvin and his recent actions. Marvin apologizes again about the bad man, but his granddaughter shouts at him again, and they ask the team and his wife. His wife begins to speak, but the team interrupts her. Despite this, she reveals they lost their child during pregnancy. He goes into another room. His wife, she arrives and they argue again. His wife says that after our child died, you buried yourself in work and barely spoke to me. I had to bear the pain alone. You just relaxed. He tells everyone we shouldn't sit idly. We should search for evidence in the building manager's room. The bad man's granddaughter suggests checking Yuri's friend's work too. Maybe we'll find something. Team Marvin and his wife go to the building manager's room, while the team's wife and the bad man's granddaughter check Yuri's friend's work. However, Yuri isn't interested. When they check the house, Dim notices this room is smaller than the one upstairs. He checks the wall and finds a secret room. Marvin finds a remote, but it's password protected. They sprinkle powder on the remote and find fingerprints. The fingerprints match certain numbers which they use to create a 4-digit password. Marvin's wife says she'll call the others. Meanwhile, they find Yuri's friend's business card in his room. The card tells them he worked at Nilo Technology, a company in nanotechnology and defense systems. In short, to avoid danger, they ask Yuri about the techniques and technologies that were used, but he says he never talked much about his work. He only knows that his friend was a programmer. As they search further, they find his friend's laptop and phone broken. Yuri explains that whenever his friend didn't understand something, he would throw things against the wall and break them. They find a piece of paper with codes written on it. Perhaps this code was meant to open the wall. Yuri warns that if the door is opened, dangerous rays could come in and kill everyone. Marvin's wife comes and says they have found something. The teens. Yuri starts to go upstairs to check, while the old man's granddaughter stays behind to conduct research. The team tries different passwords, and as soon as they enter one, the secret door opens. They go inside and find computers displaying footage from the cameras installed in all their rooms. They check the room of the team and his wife. The wall starts to expand throughout the building as if a defense system has been activated, utilizing advanced nanotechnology. The old man's granddaughter examines Yuri's friend's body and finds strangulation marks when she tears open his scarf. Meanwhile, they check Yuri's friend's room. The lifeless body was sprawled on the ground. Upon inquiring with Yuri about the circumstances of his demise, they realize that Yuri is absent. Marvin proceeds to search for him, and they observe a video recording where Yuri, clutching 2 mobile phones, approaches the wall and the light flickers 3 or 4 times, disclosing that Yuri's friend had managed to open the brick wall. Marvin heads to Yuri's room in search of him and discovers Yuri incinerating his friend's work. The team and others also review the footage where Yuri is seen strangling his friend. Marvin notices that the old man's granddaughter is also deceased beside the bed. He shouts. But Yuri says that he is doing this to save everyone's lives. The team comes with a rope and sees that Yuri is strangling Marvin. Yuri then attacks the team, knocking him down and starting to strangle him. Marvin stands up and kicks Yuri away, saving the team's life. The others also arrive there. They say not to kill Yuri as he might know the way out. The team knocks him unconscious and ties him to a chair. Everyone is very sorry about the old man's granddaughter's death. Marvin's wife thinks that Yuri did that to his friend because it must be because he found a way out. They even look at the court on paper in the district. Meanwhile, Marvin's wife goes to watch a video to gather more information. The dark paper reveals that this code is like a sequence pointing towards a specific code, just like the bricks on this building form a wall in a particular order. His wife shows Yuri's friend's business card. It turns out that his company's address is the same place where the big fire occurred. She wakes Yuri up and asks how his friend managed to open the brick wall. Yuri says that everything outside is dangerous with ice and they are safe inside. The bullet is on the side. He intimidates him and inquires whether his company constructed this wall and for what purpose. Yuri responds, "I'm only aware that this wall was constructed as a defensive system to safeguard against all manner of attacks." His wife questions, "If everything outside is perilous, why did your friend desire to venture out?" Yuri refrains from explaining that his friend perceived a flaw in their system due to the fire. Marvin remarks that someone is thinking logically and we also place our trust in his words. Marvin's wife informs them that Yuri's friend was engaged in work on his laptop, developing an application through programming, which they see that Yuri had broken his friend's phone and laptop. They connect the broken phone to a computer. They realize that the phone is a key and the wall sequences are all logs. Yuri's friend had used the phone's flash. The electromagnetic wave opened the door. The team heads to the airport and goes to the brick wall. They run the app and keep clicking in a sequence, causing the phone's flash to light up and the wall to start changing as if revealing a path. Marvin's wife touches the inside of the wall and says she feels warmth. Then she anxiously says that, "Currently, my hand can't come out and something's pulling me in." They try to pull her out, but Marvin's wife starts getting pulled into the wall. Then the wall shuts. Only half of Marvin's wife's body goes down with them. Marvin is heartbroken by her death. As someone laughs, Marvin shoots Yuri and then himself. Now only the team and his wife are left, sitting sadly in one spot. They feel like everything's over. The team's wife says when the child was gone, she was deeply sad. She needed him then, but he was emotionally distant. He replies, "I'm grateful to you." "And you didn't leave me," his wife says. "Because I love you." The two of them decide to find a way out. They use the app and see that when they press the button, different sequences of flashes turn on. Like some have 6, some have 4, some have 1 and some have 2. They watch a video to see which path Yuri's friend used. They go downstairs and try to open the wall using the app, but the one who is alive also attacks us. Then he goes after the team's wife who falls into the basement. Now the team pushes her into the basement as well. Then he himself also goes there. His wife begins to flee and Yuri pursues them. Once inside, they quickly close the door, leaving Yuri on the outside. However, he persists in attempting to break the door down. Consequently, the team hands his wife the mobile phone and instructs her to open the door. She succeeds in opening the door with some difficulty, but at that very moment, an intruder attacks the team and they commence to strangle one another. Yuri knocks the team down and instructs his wife to leave independently. Just before Yuri attacks him, the team's wife strikes him from behind with a hammer. She launches her attack, and Yuri's game reaches its conclusion. Both individuals continue their journey through the tunnel, eventually emerging outside. They observe that brick walls have completely enclosed the entire vicinity. Witnessing this, they would understandably be quite concerned. Nevertheless, they notice their vehicle, get inside, and commence their journey towards Paris. The radio broadcasts that as a result of the fire, the company's sophisticated nanotechnology system had indeed been activated, enveloping the entire city. To escape from this situation, the sophisticated nanotechnology system would need to be deactivated, and with this, the film concludes here.